Hello, everyone. On behalf of everyone at MIST, I welcome Dr. Vedika. She is a graduate from Odessa National Medical University and she has cleared her exam uh, in this recently conducted July FMG. And from the entire team, MIST Vedika, we wish you many congratulations to you and to your family. Uh, कैसी जर्नी रही है and how's the feeling right now?
Thank you so much, sir, for the congratulations, obviously. And the journey, as I would say, it wasn't easy entirely. But because as this was my second attempt, so I thought कि हाँ ठीक है, first attempt में नहीं हुआ. The reason that I didn't pass in the first attempt was कि I changed my answers. I know every teacher in Mist
Hmm.
mentions कि we should never change the answer that we have marked. विनीत सर लास्ट में लिटरली यही बोल रहे होते हैं, बेटा तुम लोगों ने जो मार्क किया है वही रखना है.
Yeah.
And but the thing was कि it was my first attempt. I was nervous. I was way out of like way unnecessarily nervous for that exam, and it was comparatively easier than what I appeared for right now in the July attempt, and I could have easily got 180 plus in that exam. But the reason I changed my answers was the reason that led to me to had to study once again for 6 months, and the next 6 months, जो second attempt के preparation था, it was not easy. It was too depressing because I joined Mist again. I was just to maintain the schedule and to study for all the latest material and the updates that have been made. So अब वो पढ़ते पढ़ते आप constantly when you know कि you've studied already each and everything, but you are doing it again and again, so it gets frustrating to a point. And when you see your friends joining their internships and going to hospitals regularly, and when you can't even call them and say ki I don't feel so good because they are too busy with their lives. So
Yes.
it was not easy at all. But my parents, they were very supportive. My mom and dad, some of my close friends who are all also FMGs and from school, they've been constant. They have listened to me crying, seen me crying and everything, and they've heard it all, and they've been constantly saying कि अरे हो जाएगा, you will pass it. It's not your fault. So that's what kept me going, and especially the motivation that the faculty of MIST, especially sir, you have been motivating each and everyone and guiding, and when we don't feel like talking to anyone or we don't know what to do कि अब tests आ रहे हैं क्या पढ़ना है subject wise tests है. So I texted you. I looked up to you कि what should I do? Even after when I failed my first attempt, I asked you, sir, I texted you कि मुझे क्या करना चाहिए कि should join MIST again, or should I do it on my own with the notes and everything that I had. So I remember your audio, and you said that बेटा अगर तेरे मार्क्स इतने हैं एंड यू फील लाइक कि तुझे जरूरत नहीं है अभी भी 140 के बाद भी तुझे जरूरत नहीं है कोचिंग की, बट यू सेड कि अगर तुझे लगता है कि तुझे शेड्यूल मेंटेन करने के लिए है जरूरत, so join the classes, you will be consistent, and the consistency is the key for this exam entirely, nothing else.
नहीं नहीं,
So
आई टोटली अंडरस्टैंड दैट बिकॉज ऐसा होता है ना कि लाइक इन द लास्ट एग्जाम यू गॉट 140. तो
yes sir.
getting 140 is not easy in itself. And people, who have got this time also, there are a lot of students whose message have come and they got 140. So we do understand that those students, I have seen them working very hard during the preparation, and they would know that reaching there also requires a lot. But
Mm.
then if you do not cross the line and you have to sit again for 6 months, then it becomes a problem, because when you open the workbook, you have done it so well that 80% of the content or 70% of the content would always seem कि यार ये तो मेरे को आता है. And for the rest 20% content, sometimes we miss that when we are doing it again. And जब आप सेकेंड टाइम तैयारी कर रहे होते हो, इफ़ यू आर नॉट कंसिस्टेंट एनफ, सो जनरली फॉर द फर्स्ट 2 मंथ्स इट हैपन्स कि आप उतनी ध्यान से पढ़ते ही नहीं हो. यू नॉट वर्किंग दैट हार्ड, एंड इन लास्ट 2 मंथ्स पीपल पिक अप. अब वो 2 महीने तो 2 महीने ही होते हैं, बिकॉज यू हैव टू डू इट ट्वाइस थ्राइस, वो नहीं हो पाता है, एंड अगेन पीपल एंड अप देयर ओनली. So it's always advisable that choose yourself, think, sit, एंड डिसाइड कि मेरे को कितना ज़रूरत है। एंड इफ़ यू फील कि जो आपने पढ़ा है पिछली बार वो 70% ही है, अभी 30% गुंजाइश है, सो यू शुड ऑलवेज ज्वाइन एंड बी कंसिस्टेंट। तो इस बार का जो तुम्हारा प्रिपरेशन मॉड्यूल था वेदिका,
Yes, sir.
उसमें व्हाट आर द चेंजेस फ्रॉम द लास्ट टाइम यू डिड?
Sir, like the changes were, let's say for content may as the exam is evolving, because the level has is being raised with each attempt, because it's much more competitive to meet PG sometimes, I feel it. And just because it's not a competitive exam, that's why I think the standards and the question quality is being raised a lot. So and the content, depending on it, is has been evolving, of course. Like for example, pathology, as we've done it. So last time the module was a bit concise. It's exactly same, but some of the topics you have opened up a lot, which were like easier to understand for us, for the students especially. And in biochemistry as well, because in the last attempt, in the January attempt, there were questions mostly based on the enzymes part.
या
So this time it was as well as enzymes, but and they've reduced the amount of asking like directly disease-based questions, like what will be the diagnosis for this. They give you the information. They don't, you will get the diagnosis as well, even in the question, but they will ask something really minute or related to internal medicine in the options. So that's what confuses the students and the exam especially. And surgery was, how would I say, we need sir teach is each and everything exactly that is need to be taught to us and everything. And I guess for every subject, each and every subject, I'd say the content has had changed in the last 6 months, which was better, which was according to the exam purpose, and which was necessary, I guess. That's what
ओके।
I'd say.
तो एकदम मतलब रियलिस्टिकली मेरे को ये बताओ कि
Yes,
व्हाट
sir.
आर द थ्री थिंग्स यू विल एडवाइज योर फ्रेंड्स और योर जूनियर्स जो गोना गिव द एग्जाम, जो उनको करना चाहिए, थ्री थिंग्स विच यू थिंक दे विल फॉर्म द बेस फॉर देयर सक्सेस।
First of all, if they're studying from any source, they should be consistent with their schedule. Like wake up
ओके।
early, eat food and everything, breakfast, etc. Take breaks after 2 to 3 hours, and study consistently at least for 8 to 10 hours in the beginning. And after that, consistency is the main key. And revisions, they should be consistent with the revisions, because that's what keeps us reminding that we feel like that we know everything, even with the multiple attempt people, that we have studied it all. But in the end, when you keep revising it, that's what keeps you updated कि नहीं, there were a lot minute things that we have missed, and
पता
which
चलता है।
could have been, हाँ वो मतलब
हम्म।
कुछ चीजें भूल जाते हैं छोटी छोटी, जो बाद में फिर याद आती हैं. So revision, consistency, and above all else, एग्जाम में 17 जनवरी को एग्जाम है, आंसर चेंज नहीं करना है, बिल्कुल नहीं करना है, जो लगा दिया है वो ठीक है. भगवान
ओके।
का नाम लेके आगे बढ़ो.
ओके। So you said consistency, revision, and the exam day planning where you don't have to change the answers,
Yes, sir.
whatever you have marked. Okay, और ये बता के like people generally say that you have to do revisions, but the
Mm-hmm.
questions which come to us as teachers are that's a people say that we have to revise three times, and the course is so vast. In the 5 months of course which we are having, 3 months to class में निकल जाते हैं, three and a half months. So how would we revise three times? So is it practically possible, Vedika, that people can revise three times? And if yes, and if you did it, how did you do?
Sir, there is a little effort in this, but it is
Hmm.
possible. This is not impossible at all. Like
Hmm.
when each day you are done with the classes, we revise the
Hmm.
content exactly in the same day, right? And
Hmm.
then there is tests on Tuesday for miss every Tuesday. So we have to revise the content again, like at least on Monday or on Tuesday for the test. That yes, we have studied all of this in 1 week, so
Hmm.
that's one revision. Then that, I guess Tuesday thing is a partial revision as well, if because a lot of people do it, a lot of don't because of the classes. So if
Hmm.
we consider after the class one revision, then there are subject-wise tests or the GTs that we conduct. So in this subject-wise test, there is a lot of time for us to do at least two revisions during that time. And after the subject-wise tests are over, and there are like 15 days remaining for the exam. So a quick revision is possible, which can be done during the last 15 to 20 days right before the exam. So that's how someone can include like three revisions and before the exam.
अच्छा ठीक है। और एक एक और क्वेश्चन आता है, वही मैं पूछना है। बहुत अच्छा तुमने बताया कि यू हैव टू channelize. The first is with the classes, however and how much you can, and second with the subject wise tests, and the final revision would be just before the exam, the 15 days before the exam final revision can be done. ठीक है, यही मतलब this is practically this can be achievable. Second thing which people say कि sir, we invest so much time in content reading that how many questions should be done and what are the importance of the question. Should we do questions more content less or content more question less? How, what?
Sir, during the first 3 to 4 months, like during which the classes are going on, especially in that time, we should be focused entirely upon content, but there should be questions included, like 50 to 100 questions. I think 50 are the possible number of questions that can be done in a day. So 50 questions can be done while you're eating or you're sitting
Hmm.
idly. So instead of scrolling through Instagram, we can do 50 questions. It's normal. Although it is possible that you will fail or you will not score. That happened to me even after my first attempt. It happened to me that I was getting questions wrong. But eventually, when you are in the habit of doing questions each day, so you develop it, like you get normalized with the solving pattern. So in the end, when there are only last 2 months remaining or 1 month remaining for the exam, so in that duration, the concept should be reduced a little, but the question amount should be more, like at least
Okay.
200 questions to 250 questions if possible can should be done, including with the conceptual revisions.
Okay. So initially, what do you mean to say was, if I summarize this, that during the class time, because the content is important, that is, then only you will be able to solve the questions. So during the class time, you focus more on the concept, and question number can be somewhere around 30, 50 per day.
Yeah.
And towards the end, when the classes are over and you are in the subject wise test module, at that time the question number should be increased with the content. That's what you said, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. घर में कोई अभी पापा मम्मी, anybody around you?
Mom is here.
Can we take blessings from her if she's fine with it?
Uh,
Otherwise, you can pass on our regards to her
yeah,
for
I
your
will
success.
pass on my your
ठीक है,
regards
नो
to her
नो
because
प्रॉब्लम, नो नो
yeah.
प्रॉब्लम, नो प्रॉब्लम। इट्स ओके। सो वेदिका, बहुत अच्छा लगा मीटिंग यू एंड शेयरिंग योर सक्सेस स्टोरी, एंड I really believe that this is just the start of your journey as a doctor. And I would just say that it always feels very good when we see our students pass, and that you shared so much about yourself, about your journey. And when you achieve something, even sharing your failure doesn't mean anything. Like you said, sir, I could not pass in the first attempt. You shared your problems because you're confident now, and this is the confidence we want in every student who is preparing for this FMG. And may your success story be helpful for them.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Vedika. God bless.
Thank you, sir.